We're down to the final 14 riders of the 1970s, the best riders. We start off with 75 and we're down to 14. Coming in at number 14 was the hard-charging number 34, Scott Sivage. Scott was a hard charger. He was a good rider. Although he never won a United States Speedway National Championship, Scott was just a really good rider. Scott was a popular rider in the 70s. He was in contention and won many main events. He was a hard slider, a hard charger, and Scott Sivage was always giving it 100%. He was riding all the tracks. Coming in at number 13 was perhaps the tallest rider of his era. He was tall and he was really fast. He was super fast for being so tall. And who was he? He was the big man, Big Mike Conley. At just age 16, Mike won this big enduro race. All these grown-up professional riders were riding. Here was this young 16-year-old rider. And who was the winner? Well, forget his number. It was Mike Conley. 1972 was perhaps Mike's biggest year. He was runner-up with Mike Bass. It was Mike versus Mike for the United States Speedway Championship in 72. They had a runoff. And guess what? Mike Bass won his first United States Speedway Championship of 7 in the 70s, which he dominated. However, Mike Conley had his best outing. He tied for the national championship and lost, sadly, in the runoff. Number 12 was a super talented speedway rider. He was just a gifted rider. This guy was a hard charger. And he was number 14. And who was he? He was sexy Jeff Sexton. Jeff was a captain. He was a leader, a high point man of the 1976 Bakersfield Bandits. They won the National Speedway League that year, and Jeff Sexton was just an incredibly smooth, incredible rider. Jeff had a brother named Rod Sexton. Rod was a good young Division I rider, and Jeff grew up in a motorcycle shop in Montclair, California. His papa, they ran a motorcycle shop, and Jeff Sexton, he was around motorcycles most all of his life. Jeff almost became national champion. He missed it by that much. He was second place. He was runner-up in a national championship, and he was just a really hard charger. You know, Jeff had that spirit of like aggressiveness, you know, like when he was on that bike, he was like, I'm gonna get this guy. He was a good rider. He was sponsored by Select Vans and Torco Oil. That's why he went so fast. Torco's a good oil. And Jeff Sexton was just considered one of the very top riders of his era. Sad to say, Jeff is no longer with us. Rest in peace, number 14, sexy Jeff Sexton.